This episode of Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief is brought to you by Right By You Mortgage. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Visit rightbyyouMortgage.com/podcast to learn more.
I'm Lena Tillett with your coronavirus headlines. The climb in coronavirus cases in North Carolina hit new highs in some of the key metrics this week, with 2,859 new cases reported. Thursday's new case count is the second highest single-day spike, leading to the second highest daily average at 2,377 cases. And the average daily death rate tragically hit its highest point in the pandemic at 38 lives, passing Wednesday's high of 37. In his first coronavirus briefing since winning re-election, Governor Roy Cooper stressed the importance of not losing focus and staying committed to the 3 W's, wearing a mask, washing your hands, and waiting 6 feet apart.
This virus is still with us, and nothing has diminished our resolve to prevent the spread.
Governor Cooper and Dr. Mandy Cohen did not announce new restrictions or scalebacks. They plan to announce more guidance for the holiday season sometime next week. With colder temperatures and holiday travel coming up, Duke infectious disease specialist Dr. Cameron Wolfe has a warning for anyone planning to spend the holidays away from home.
You think about what we do on those sort of holidays normally, they tend to be, obviously Thanksgiving is a huge family gathering. It's typically across many state lines for many families, isn't it? And it's a big travel day or weekend. Similarly, Black Friday is a big sort of congregate activity if you think what goes on in a lot of shops. I think it's a real opportunity this year just to think creatively about how we've done that in the past and put COVID context in place there. So, Black Friday is increasingly something where we can do a lot of that sort of shopping online where it's completely safe. You're not around crowds. You're not around a lot of folk who, unfortunately, as you know, the state's on an uptick again for COVID, not just here, but countrywide. And I think Thanksgiving is more complicated because, we typically want this to be a time when we catch up with family, and it's been a tough year. I can understand why people want to do that. But at the same time, I think more than ever, we're seeing sort of, in terms of case burden, a very large number of cases across the country. We sort of crossed 100,000 per day earlier this week, which is really quite an extraordinary number even compared to earlier in the summer. And so I would challenge people to say, look, do you need to gather so closely as you would normally do this year at all? Can this be something where family gathering may be done over Zoom like we're doing, or in some sort of contained way? Secondly, if you plan to travel, or if there are good reasons why family are going to visit, think about the way you space the apartment out or your house out. Can you do it outside if the weather permits, where the breeze helps us? We know that's less infectious. Are there ways of minimizing the sharing of all of the food that makes sense? Or even to think about the sort of 10 to 14 days before you travel as kind of your way of pre-quarantining. So we did that, for example, here with all of our students when they arrived on Duke's campus, and we knew it'd be the same sort of big congregate activity. We told them to say, look, think about the 2 weeks before that event as being a chance to sort of semi-lock yourself down again, minimize your chance of being exposed, minimize your chance of the Thanksgiving celebration being the sort of event where people got infected. I think people can do that. It takes 2 weeks. It's about starting pretty soon.
And 2 new COVID testing sites open in Raleigh this weekend. The drive-through testing sites will be offered at the Raleigh Gethsemane Church on Sanderford Road in southeast Raleigh and Davie Street Presbyterian near downtown. Appointments have to be made ahead of time, which you can do online.
When it comes to buying a new home, you want to know that you're in good hands. At Right By You Mortgage, the dedicated team of lenders live in your community and are committed to being right by you every step of the way. Whether you're a growing family, a relocating professional, or a retiring couple, they'll partner with you to find the right loan to fit your unique home buying needs. Plus, listeners of this podcast will enjoy the Right By You Mortgage on-time closing guarantee. They promise to close on time or they'll pay you and the seller $500. Visit rightbyyouMortgage.com/podcast to take advantage of this offer. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Go to rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast for full details. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 402136.